Welcome to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Janet Cagle, certified life coach, weight loss coach, and lover of all things related to upleveling my life and yours. My goal is to help you get one step closer to your goal, whatever it is. My goal is not to keep you wrapped up in self-help all day, just 10 minutes. And who doesn't have 10 minutes, right? Hey there, welcome back. And if this is your first listen, welcome. I'm so glad you're here for today's episode, number 120, Intentional Alignment. Today, I'm going to give you a mind shift tool that you can use today to remove the busy and the chaos from your life and drop into aligned action. And we're just going to jump right in. And let me start by saying that this is not one of those you get to, you don't have to kind of lessons. We're going to go deeper. This is the time of year, if you're listening real time, that feels a little more. At times, it can feel like more joy, more love, more family. And at the same time, it can also feel like more work, more food, more shopping, more stress, more frustration, more chaos, more busy. And this state of more busy can creep in so subtly and stealthily, almost like a ninja. And to be honest, I think this state of mind has become more of a habit to fall into rather than anything we intentionally set out to create. So, I was making my morning beverage this morning and I noticed my husband had the TV on and he picked up the remote and looking through his recordings and I heard him say, "I have a lot going on here." Now, that doesn't seem harmful at all, but what I want you to notice is how busy we can feel even if we are sitting in front of our TV. Just looking through our recordings. I want you to really notice how often you think about how much you have to do and how often you talk about busy as the state of being. And then I want you to notice how those thoughts make you feel. In fact, right now, think this thought. I have so much going on here. Think it, say it out loud, and be in your body and notice how it feels. If you're like me, you feel a slight stomach flutter. I feel a little tension building and I feel anxious, maybe overwhelm and panic. And here's why it's important to do something different starting today, no matter what you are doing, what action you are taking. No one enjoys feeling panicked or frustrated or overwhelmed. In fact, not only is it not enjoyable, it's not healthy for you mentally or physically. That one reason alone is a good enough reason, but here's more. We don't make good choices from a state of being busy. We make impulsive, immediate gratification type choices from a place of busy versus future self and delayed gratification, which is, my friend, alignment. Couple busyness with perception of time constraints and you have a recipe for disaster. We can get rushy and make mistakes or forget to do important things. Busyness with the perception of a time constraint is enough to throw your body into fight or flight mode and the release of cortisol when it's not needed. This leads to a very stressed out body. And listen, none of this has anything to do with what you're actually doing physically. It has everything to do with how you are thinking about what you're doing. It has everything to do with your state of being. When I talk about living a life by design and creating a life of your heart's desire, I seriously doubt any of you are intentionally creating a life of chaos and busy. And yet, here we are. We all have actions that we're taking all day long. None of us is sitting around twiddling our thumbs, and you can either experience your day from a place of busy or from a place of alignment. And here's the powerful part. The exact same action will be experienced totally differently depending on your state of being busy or aligned. And it gets better. The same action will even create two different results. Isn't that crazy? When I was thinking about doing this episode, I wanted to give you some examples that are real life in real time. So every morning and every evening, I have a set of chores that I do for Dutch and Jenny. It is literally like Groundhog Day because it's the same time and the same chores over and over again. Nothing changes. The thing that does change is how I experience doing the chores. It's what I'm thinking about while I'm doing the chores. That's what makes the experience of doing chores different. I notice that sometimes I have the thought I have so much to do or I don't have time to do all of this. And when those thoughts prevail, chores feel overwhelming and I feel like I have to rush, even though intellectually I know I don't. It's so crazy how the brain wants to keep pulling you into busy. When I think about my chores being aligned action, not busy action, I feel more relaxed. I don't rush. And when I don't rush, I don't do silly things or forget things. The only difference is my state of being aligned versus a state of being busy. The chores don't change at all. Do you see that? One of the things that I want to point out to you is that you might be being pulled into a state of busy out of habit and being familiar to your body and to your brain, but that doesn't mean that that is how you need to experience your life. We want to do things that are aligned with supporting our goals. So first of all, know your goals and objectives, because you will be able to steer your thoughts towards alignment if you are impeccably aware of your goals. When you find yourself feeling like you are in a state of busy and chaos and rushing, ask yourself, what goal does this action align with? And see if it doesn't help you either stop doing whatever it is that you're doing because it doesn't align, or maybe you drop into feeling a little bit more flow. None of us are sitting around vegging. We are all literally doing something most of the minutes of our waking hours, but how you experience the day depends on your state of being busy or being aligned. So this week, I want you to really notice your state of being and what does it feel like? And then ask yourself, what goal does this action align with? And see what happens to your state of being. See if you notice a shift and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. All right, my friends, this is what I have for you this week. And now go have the best day ever. That's a wrap. I hope that you were able to experience a mind shift of your own today. Listen, if you love this podcast, you should totally check out my Life by Design 6-week boot camp. It's a work at your own pace workshop and something that you can do over and over and over again to uplevel your results and get ready for a transformation at the speed of life.